I'm a humongous fan. I was just talking about this in the car. People ask me who's my favorite rapper, like currently. Like, who the guy that you listen to on a daily basis to pull some like personal inspirations from. And I guess my question to you would be, how has your content developed? Did you start off as being this guy who? Not at all. I'm trying not to cuss right now. This kid, I gotta be careful. Did you start off as like on the conscious side of things? We went real general what we think conscious is, common backpack, the whole thing. Or was it an evolution from something else? And how did your upbringing in Mississippi play into that?
Well, I started out listening to like 3 6 Mafia, Player Fly, people like that, A-Ball and MJG, and a lot of my content, it was like I was young, but I was rapping about certain things I had no idea about, but it was the records you heard on radio, so it was like, yeah, let me rap about that. And it was very aggressive music. Lord knows I'm glad nobody in this room ever hear that music. Because there's some one hard drive and I had it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it went from that to, you saw that you'd be around people in your neighborhood, even your parents, and you go play on these records, and they'd be looking at you like, man, that's not you. I don't really like that side of you. Like, why you cussing so much? And I recorded at my grandmother's house. I'm like, why you cussing so much? And I'm like, that's not you once the music is off. And so hearing that over and over again put me in a position where I have to make the kind of music or content where even people that know me personally hear me like, yo, I'm glad you talked about that. I remember when you went through that. And I think that helped me grow as an artist to where I started just kind of falling back from using so many metaphors and so many similes and going directly into this is what I gotta say, because this is what I just went through. I hope you went through it too, and you understand.
It's interesting when you talk about your family's influence over the evolution of your music, and it makes me want to ask you the question about, you reference your grandmother often.
Definitely.
Who was she? What did she mean to you? How did she influence you? And how did it hit you when you got that phone call?
She was the iron fist in the family on my dad's side, but she was the most loving person you would meet. And she was born in 1923, so her mentality was totally different than what I was being raised in. All the morals she was giving me didn't necessarily meet up to what I was learning, not only in school, but just in my environment. So it's like I got the opposite side of the spectrum. Like if I could do this, but then my grandmother told me don't do that, and if I don't do that, this is what happened. And all the stuff she was telling me was actually coming true. And I'm seeing my friends go through stuff, and I'm like, man, they don't have the kind of grandparent I have, or the kind of person, the kind of guide me through life. And so even with my music, it started to bleed over in my music. A lot of things she was telling me, a lot of morals, being a God-fearing man, going to church, all this I started putting in my music, along with the other stuff I was doing, I had no business doing, that she didn't know about. But I think her mentality and it being so old school and so driven by what she dealt with early in life that I had no idea about, that kind of struggle, it helped me in my music. And not only grind, but want to tell people that side of my life.